Hello, welcome back to another video and another video series. I met a man not long ago who came from Nicaragua to Canada with some of his family.
So are you going to make the video for real?
I'm making the video. 5 areas that we're going to talk about. Dr. Anna.
Yeah.
From Nicaragua. Delicious. Look at that big $1 million smile. Morning. How are you? Are you the wife?
I am.
I'm Danny.
Anna, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Dr. Anna.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How's Osmond?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
All right. What a beautiful shop.
Yeah, well, we're working, man. We're working.
You keeping it all running?
I try. Yeah. Try my best.
Here at Si Cafe, Aldergrove. I'm enjoying a delicious warm muffin from Osmond's kitchen with his dear wife Anna and their family. One of 2 coffee shops, one in Aldergrove, one in Abbotsford. Today we're going to do a video series, filming, and then I'll do some editing and put it up. We're going to talk about his life growing up in Nicaragua. Born in Montreal, but as a baby, moved with his Nicaraguan parents, family back where he grew up. We're going to talk about his time on the coffee farm and what life was like in Nicaragua. We're going to talk about how things were in Nicaragua before he decided to come to Canada 5 years ago with his wife, a GP, family doctor. We're going to talk about the early days in Canada and what he went through as a Canadian citizen by birth, but really as an immigrant. In some respects as a refugee, as somebody that was looking for a better life. And then we're going to talk about his dreams and the opportunities. Since trying Nicaragua coffee now a few times, I can honestly say it is the best cup of coffee I've ever had anywhere in the world, and I've had a lot of coffee. Coffee is good. I'm not a coffee snob. I'm not a coffee aficionado. But I do like what I like. And I love this Nicaraguan coffee. Si Coffee. It's available here in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Delicious.
Hey, pretty good, man. How are you?
This is my new friend, Osmond. How do you say your last name? Velasquez?
Velasquez.
Velasquez.
Well, I don't know why, but it's the Q-U-E-Z. It's Velasquez, but it is Velasquez.
Velasquez.
Velasquez. And if you're in Spain, Velasquez.
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 Where we eat at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
The big fish that
Oh,
comes
yeah.
to the table that's baked in an oven, and they take the hammer and smash it.
Yeah.
Barcelona, I've had it a few times.
Well, I had lechon.
Oh yeah.
With a, you cut it with a plate.
Yeah.
Too. Small lechon. You know, I think it was Avila. I think it's a very nice place to be there too, in Spain.
This is the beginning of a short series, maybe 5 videos, maybe more. Each one will be about 10 or 11 minutes. Each one's going to cover a part of Osman's life. We met, and some would say by accident, and then if you don't believe in accidents, then you believe that somehow you come together with people in your life at different times in your life for reasons yet to be defined. I met him while taking my mom and sister to a doctor appointment where he had a coffee shop, and discovered the best tasting coffee I think I've ever had anywhere in the world. It comes from Nicaragua. Needs to be sold everywhere. One day it will be. We believe it. And so I asked Osman, after talking to him a second time, let's make some videos and connect with people out there like we try to do with all of the videos, inspiring somebody who's watching somewhere in the world. And also, we're going to get to presenting opportunities with his coffee farm that is in Nicaragua, where he gets his coffee beans from, where he serves them in 2 different coffee shops. It's growing, as well as the distribution of that coffee. But for now, let's start by going to the beginning. Always a good place to start. Osman, you were born in Montreal, Canada. How did that happen?
Yeah, you know, my mom and dad, they got married. They were kids, 16 and 17 years old, and I think back in the day that was normal. You get married at a young age, but then my dad, you know, being a very aggressive, optimistic, forward man, he just went out of the blues and told my granddad. My dad was 17, and he goes like, I don't want to live here, Dad, with your home. Why don't you get me a pair of tickets and plane tickets, and I'll just move to the United States, Miami, for some reason. I don't know. I think they have some relatives there, and I'll take care of my wife and I'll do it. So they landed in Miami. They lived for 6 months. My mom finished high school there. That's the story. And then my mom never liked the United States. Never.
Okay.
But she did know about Montreal for some reason. I think in Miami, Florida, she found out. So they took the Greyhound and moved to Montreal. They knew no one. I don't know how they managed, how they did it. 16, 17-year-old. I believe they have some money in their pockets, for sure. But yeah, they landed, not landed, they drove through the United States. And ended up staying in Montreal.
That's where you were born.
And then I was born a year later.
Okay.
I was born there. They made a good living there for 5, 6, 7 years. But my grandfather had a heart condition, so my dad wanted to come down and see and visit. They thought he was going to die. He never died. And they ended up staying in Nicaragua. They never came back to Montreal. My granddad did move back to the United States. The whole family left, and we stayed in Nicaragua. And my mom was like, until now, my mom regrets that. It's a big story. My mom always just like, I want to go back, I want to go back, I want to go back. It was a life thing. Now I think she came to terms where she thinks that, hey, I'm never going back to Montreal.
So as a little boy, you're born in Montreal to Nicaraguan parents who are teenagers.
Yeah.
And then after a few years, 3, 4, 5, you go back to Nicaragua with them to be with your grandfather.
I had to. I was 5.
You can't stay?
I can't stay.
So you're a Canadian citizen by passport?
Yeah, by birth.
birth.
By birth. I was born in the Montreal Jewish General Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the early memories of being back in Nicaragua, your family's country? What was it like in the beginning?
Well, it's very blurry, but I do remember for something. You know, I remember the trip. Oh, we drove to Nicaragua, all the way
from Montreal.
From Montreal all the way. We did the United States, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Salvador, Nicaragua.
So maybe they don't know. Nicaragua is the largest Central American
country,
right?
Yeah.
And you could drive from Montreal all the way.
Yeah, you can. It's
As a
all
little
land.
guy.
Yeah, it's all land. Yeah, so that I remember. I don't know. My memories just start later when I was maybe 9, 10, 11.
Okay. What was life like?
It was fine. My dad did very well. You know, my dad, when we got back there, he started a transportation business.
Okay.
It went very well for him. Then the war came in 1979, where the Sandinistas overthrew the dictator Somoza.
Okay.
So things kind of changed. Then my dad went into the apparel business, and he's entrepreneur. I mean, our family is entrepreneurial. We never worked as an employee.
Traditional job.
Traditional job. Yeah.
Starting new businesses.
Always, and having your own business. All our family, my father's side and my mother's side, they were artisans. They would do gold.
Delicious.